So, let me get this straight. People installed an AI assistant specifically for privacy, and it ended up broadcasting their entire digital lives to the internet.
That's exactly what happened. We found hundreds of Clawdbot instances, now called Moltbot, completely exposed. No authentication, live conversation streaming, API keys just sitting there.
Wait, hundreds? The data shows this thing got 60,000 GitHub stars in just weeks. So we're talking about
the most predictable disaster in tech history. Haha. People who don't trust Google decide to, what, run their own AI server without reading a single security doc?
From a security research perspective, what really concerns me is the scope of access. This isn't like, this isn't a simple app. Clawdbot has full system access. Files, terminal commands, browser control.
Oh, so when you say exposed, you mean someone could literally
Execute commands on your machine. Read your files. We documented cases where we could view real-time conversations and extract OpenAI API keys worth hundreds of dollars. The attack surface is essentially, it's your entire digital ecosystem.
Hold on a second. Let me understand this correctly. The same people worried about corporate surveillance just gave random hackers scanning port ranges full God mode access to their computers.
Well, I mean, to be fair, not everyone knew they were exposing it. From a practical standpoint, a lot of these users probably just followed a quick start guide and—
That's my point. If you're not a security expert, why are you playing with full system access? It's like someone saying, I don't trust mechanics, and then rebuilding their own car engine without knowing how brakes work.
And it gets worse. The credentials are stored in plain text JSON files. No encryption. So now, info stealer malware, Redline, Llama stealer, Raccoon stealer, they've all added Clawdbot to their target lists.
Wait, that happened already? How fast are we talking?
Under 2 weeks. We saw stolen Clawdbot credentials appearing in underground marketplaces within days of deployment. These malware families systematically scan for crypto wallets, browser passwords, and now AI credentials.
Of course they do. Sigh. This is the same pattern we saw with cryptocurrency wallets, IoT devices, viral tech with terrible security defaults. Why do we keep doing this?
Let me think about that. From a market perspective, privacy first and self-hosted are incredibly powerful marketing terms right now. People are genuinely worried about corporate AI knowing too much about them.
I'm not so sure about that. Sarah, aren't we just trading corporate surveillance for random hacker surveillance? At least Google has a security team.
Well, yeah. The cost-benefit doesn't make sense for most people. When you factor in the time to properly secure this thing versus just paying for Claude Pro or ChatGPT Enterprise—
Can I jump in here? The prompt injection attacks are what really keep me up at night. We demonstrated extracting private SSH keys by sending an email with white text on white background.
Wait, what white text?
Invisible to humans, but the AI reads it. The hidden prompt instructed Clawdbot to locate private keys and send them to an external server. The AI complied within minutes. No guardrails, no sandboxing, nothing.
Oh my God. So any email, any web page, any document this thing processes could contain hijacking instructions?
Exactly. Here's what surprised me most: how easy these attacks were to execute. We're not talking sophisticated nation-state actors. This is script kiddie level.
Dr. Zhang, from a practical standpoint, what percentage of users could actually secure this properly? Like, really secure it?
Honestly, maybe 5%. You need strict IP whitelisting, firewall rules, isolated environments, preferably a separate VPS or at minimum Docker containers with restricted file system access. It requires constant monitoring.
Hold on a second. Did anyone actually read the security documentation before giving this thing access to everything? Or did they just, see privacy-focused and click install?
The data shows most people used default configurations, which means the web interface was exposed to the public internet with weak or no authentication. That's basically a surveillance goldmine.
Devil's advocate here? Isn't self-hosted just tech bro speak for you're now your own worst enemy? Like, congratulations, you eliminated the middleman and became the security breach yourself.
Haha. I mean, you're not wrong. We found instances where users' entire digital lives were accessible with zero authentication. Work emails, personal messages, financial documents.
Okay, but let's be practical for a second. For the people who still want to use this, what's the absolute minimum they need to do?
Never, and I cannot stress this enough, never run it on your primary computer. Dedicated VPS only. Separate hardware if you must self-host, and implement strict IP whitelisting. Only your phone's IP or a VPN endpoint, not the entire internet.
Or, hear me out. Just use a managed service with enterprise-grade security? Crazy idea, I know.
That's actually, yeah. Let me think about the math here. If stolen API keys are worth hundreds of dollars and your time is worth anything, the economics just don't work unless you're a security professional.
The rebranding to Moltbot happened because of trademark concerns, but the underlying technology, same vulnerabilities, same risks. The name change doesn't fix the fundamental security architecture.
So, we've established that the privacy tool became a privacy nightmare. Credentials are being sold on the dark web, and invisible prompt injection can steal your SSH keys. Did I miss anything?
The irony. You missed the absolutely delicious irony that people so worried about corporate AI surveillance created the most surveilled AI deployment in history.
From a security research perspective, this is a cautionary tale about prioritizing features over security fundamentals. The developers tried to fix issues quickly once we disclosed them, which I appreciate. But the damage was already done.
Look, I want to be clear. I'm not celebrating this. Real people got hurt. Their credentials were stolen. But this is what happens when we let marketing buzzwords like self-hosted and privacy first override basic security common sense.
So bottom line for listeners, if you're considering Clawdbot or Moltbot or whatever it's called next week, you need to ask yourself, do you have the technical expertise to properly isolate, configure, and monitor this thing?
And if the answer is anything other than, yes, I'm a security professional, then wait for more mature solutions. The bleeding edge is called that for a reason. You're bleeding.
Convenience and security are almost always in opposition. You can have an AI assistant that does everything, or you can have one that's secure. Pick one.
For now anyway. Maybe in a few years we'll have better solutions. But today, the safe choice is pretty clear.